that has become the big political story of the day, given what was the verdict of the Surat court in a case that's been running since 2019, a criminal defamation case against the Congress MP from Wayanad, Rahul Gandhi, for his utterances during a election rally in 2019 in Karnataka in Kolar. He's been declared guilty by the court in connection with this case. Let's quickly take you through the details. Rahul Gandhi has been found guilty in the 2019 defamation case. The court has sentenced Rahul to 2 years in jail. Rahul was granted bail on a surety or a bail bond of 15,000 rupees. The court then suspended the sentence for 30 days pending appeal. The case pertains to Rahul Gandhi's 2019 comment. The comments were made in Karnataka during this pre-poll rally. Rahul Gandhi was asked, or he had asked during his speech and his address, why are all chores named Modi? BJP MLA Purnesh Modi had filed a complaint claiming that Rahul Gandhi's comment had defamed the Modi Samaj or the Modi community itself. Now, soon after the verdict, political slugfest ensued. Congress said they will not bow down to suppression. BJP turned around and said this comment harms the party and others. Congress also said that the court's verdict was not sustainable. BJP said that Rahul Gandhi should learn a lesson. Congress said we've been punished for speaking out the truth. The BJP defying and saying defies and disrespects democracy. That was the counter charge at Rahul Gandhi. The Congress said raised a voice against dictator. The BJP said this kind of remark cannot be allowed. Now, Congress workers staged multiple protests across several cities: Surat, Dehradun, Mumbai, Chennai, Trivandrum, and of course Kolkata. And right now, even in the national capital, right outside the AICC headquarters, there are protesters or supporters of the Congress party expressing solidarity with Rahul Gandhi and protesting against the judgment. But this is not the first time that Rahul Gandhi has been in trouble over his utterances or the choice of words. A case has been filed by Advocate Pradeep Modi in Jharkhand High Court also exactly on this statement, when Rahul Gandhi suggested that all thieves seem to have the surname Modi. Sare chor Modi hain, or something to that effect, is what he had said, and that was what the Modi Samaj or representatives of the Modi Samaj have taken umbrage to. He's also been fighting a case in Bhiwandi court filed by an RSS activist over his statement in a public rally where he alleged that the RSS was behind Mahatma Gandhi's assassination. And let's not forget, in 2020, Rahul Gandhi had to unconditionally apologize to the Supreme Court in a contempt case over his statement that even the court agreed that Chaukidar chor hai. It's not about the political slugfest or the political cudgels that you've drawn, one leader may have drawn against the other, but it's about choosing your words wisely. Certain utterances have to be and can lead to a particular interpretation. Can an entire community be broad brushed because you believe the actions of some are questionable? This is a larger question. Shazi Almi, national spokesperson of the BJP, with us. Arima Sundaram, senior advocate, with us. And George Korean, political analyst, also with us. Let's go straight across to our guests. Namaste and Jai Hind. To the gentleman and the lady. We will get into the legal aspect of what is going to happen with respect to his parliament membership and the legalese there in just a bit. We'll come to that dynamic in this. But first, let's stay on with the politics of it and what the court has observed. Arima Sundaramji, this is a hearing that's gone on for 4 years, nearly 4 years now. And the court, we are given to understand as per News18, the judge in the judgment has said that Rahul Gandhi knew what he was saying. He has, unhone janbujhkar ye kaha, he has said it on purpose. Although in court today, Rahul Gandhi stood in front of the judge and said that I have not said it on purpose, although I will continue to take up a position against the current government and in the interest of truth and the people of this country. But
sorry, what's your
the question is for the Congress the Congress party to then say that this is under pressure, duress, the courts have not understood the case. Is that fair?
Look, let's get one thing very clear. we've got to understand what is the law of defamation, because I've heard a lot of comments being bandied around, and I think somewhere along the line we're forgetting what is the law of criminal defamation. You see, in criminal defamation, what is required is a defamatory comment is something which somebody imputes to someone, or intentional and with intention says so. There should be intent. Now, intent does not mean the way you mean a deliberate vicious attempt. It is sufficient if that intent is made out through a fair knowledge of the person that this is going to be the effect of his words, and he has a fair knowledge of what he is saying, and he knows that this is going to be the effect. So once you have an imputation against anyone, and there is this fair knowledge that that is going to be the effect of it, well, you've committed defamation. Now, unlike civil defamation, after that there is no requirement for the person who says he's defamed to prove how he has been defamed, to what extent he has been defamed, to prove the damages. It's not required. Again, unlike in civil defamation, where truth may be a defense, in criminal defamation, truth is not a defense unless it's a truth for public good and for a public purpose. So therefore, let's understand that criminal defamation works within its lines. And when you make a comment which is defamatory in nature and imputes certain derogatory things to certain people, and you do it with the knowledge that they could get upset with it, and you have the knowledge of what you're saying, it's a clear case of defamation in that case. Of course, it will depend on the evidence in each case, and on that I'm not commenting on this particular case because I haven't seen the evidence and all that. It will depend on the evidence of each case whether that imputation and the knowledge, the intent is made out, will be a factual issue to be decided by the trial court. And for that, I cannot comment on what the evidence was before the trial court here. But otherwise, I mean, you make a comment like that, the effects are going to be known. Having said that, I must make it clear that my view is that Article 14, freedom of speech, definitely has a limitation, a restriction, so far as defamation is concerned. And it is not one party or the other party. I feel any party cannot hide under the guise of politics and make comments they want. And I think this is a good test now to ensure that in political speeches, such defamatory comments are not made by one party against the other party or against any group of persons or any such thing. And it should be warned, it's a very good warning that this shouldn't be done. And I hope the next step will be with hate speeches will be equally strictly dealt with.
Totally with you.
According to me, this is a very good judgment from that aspect, that it's opened out the whole issue to say, look here, you may be a politician, you may be making speeches you believe is for the hustings, for the people, but let us make it very clear, if anything you say is defamatory, and hopefully the next step, if anything you say is hate mongering, you're going to be brought to task, and you have to be answerable to it.
True. Probity,
no matter which the political party or who the person.
Probity and brevity in parliamentary and political discourse. So let's talk about the politics. George Kurian, how do you want to respond?
Well, I strongly believe that the Congress party is confident. It has complete faith in the judiciary to begin with. It is just a matter of time, and the Congress party would challenge this verdict and sentencing by the Surat Magistrate Court in the higher courts, and it's confident that it will be challenged and the verdict will be quashed. Having said that, it is just an attempt to try and throttle and stifle the dissent towards the ruling dispensation at this point in time, and it is just an attempt to divert from the real issues that the country is facing at this point in time, be it economic, the national security, inflation, and things like that. We have been witnessing the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha and the Parliament not functioning in a consecutive in a row, to which the exchequer is at a cost, and the nation is watching the Parliament not functioning because it has so many bills to be passed and so many answering to be done to the ministries. And
so is the nation not watching? Is the nation also not watching political leaders who don't show probity and brevity, who don't check their utterances, who need to be corrected time and again, who need to be told that you cannot use this kind of language or you cannot just broad brush anybody and everybody? Is the nation not watching that? Is the nation not expecting certain level of probity and brevity, George Kurian, from leaders? Or is that all right?
Well, Anand, to be very fair to you and your audience, the nation is watching, and I'm confident that nation is also making up their minds when it comes to 2024, because post 2014, the nation has witnessed the transformational change, be it the judiciary and the independent institutions with their roles and decisions that they've taken. Having said that, I also strongly believe that Rahul Gandhi has been vocal with his viewpoints and statements that he has made, whether it's in India, whether it's on foreign soil. And he will remain the same, because the character of a person doesn't change. There may be many attempts from the ruling dispensation to throttle his voice or suppress his voice, but that is not, they're not going to win over him.
I am sticking. Nobody has said that Mr. Rahul Gandhi should not challenge. Have I ever said here on this show that Mr. Rahul Gandhi should not challenge the current government? Mr. Rahul Gandhi should not take up political cudgels, or Mr. Rahul Gandhi should not express what he believes about the current disposition? Sorry, sir, I'm not saying that. He's within his right to do that. But can he broad brush an entire community and get away with it and think that all whatever he says is etched in stone? Can he get away with using words loosely? Can he get away with making allegations without backing them with facts? Can then if the judgment is adverse, can leaders of the political party then draw inferences or try and allude to certain to the integrity of the courts itself? It has happened this day, and it has been picked up by Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, who has highlighted the comments of Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. So is that responsible politics, or is that irresponsible politics? Is that bringing probity and brevity in parliamentary discourse, or even political discourse, or in your utterances? Or are you going to just broad brush and say, okay, let's just swipe all of that under the carpet? It's all right if a leader says that.
Well, Rahul Gandhi has categorically, very clearly said that he didn't intend to defame any surname in the court as well. So I'm sure that he has realized his mistake that he has committed.
Has he said that, sir?
It's in the larger interest of the public and the nation.
Has he said that, Shazia Almi? Is there a public apology to the Modi Samaj? Is there a retraction of the words and it was never intended for the Modi Samaj? Has that been said?
Well, none whatsoever, and not even forthcoming. But I think there's a big contradiction. I listened seriously to what Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who was speaking for Rahul Gandhi and for the Congress party. And whilst he says that they will be challenging the order, as they should, they cannot question the judicial process whereby this has come about. And I think that itself goes on to show that Congress really has little faith in courts. I think it's high time that courts, that people of this country took our defamation laws a bit seriously, and that then absolutely not just frivolous, and politically incorrect, but derogatory remarks, pejorative remarks are not made by people who are in public life, and least of all parliamentarians of Rahul Gandhi's standing. So I think it's very unfortunate the way Rahul Gandhi conducted himself. I think it's just terrible that he has done. This is the 7th time, by the way, and I can narrate to you all the incidents. So I mean, he's become a repeat offender where this is concerned. And after his knuckles were rapped by the Supreme Court, and in the Chaukidar Chore matter, he goes on ahead and says something else. And it's time he watched what he spoke. And I think there's a limit to handling the damage that he does, not just to India and to its democracy and its parliamentary democracy and its institutions, but to his own party and to himself. Well, after all, I mean, taking on.
But it serves your purpose, doesn't it?
Least he could do.
It doesn't. It serves.
It doesn't matter.
It serves the BJP's purpose, because once again Rahul Gandhi becomes the poster boy of the opposition, and then the BJP loves to hate Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and that's exactly the objective that's being served here. But
it also goes on to show that BJP or any party should not have to endure the irresponsible remarks made against its leader time and time again without any substantiation. That also is important, which is I think the takeaway of this. I think it will rein in the likes of Rahul Gandhi, who just shoot off their mouths and say whatever comes to their mind.
Well, Mr. Rahul Gandhi says he'll continue to say what he believes and he'll continue to ask questions.
It is sad. I mean, it is tragic.
Let me quickly bring in.
How he's conducting himself.
Let me quickly bring into this, get into this other dynamic legally where things stand, and we'll go across to Arima Sundaramji again. Now, the general elections are happening next year, Lok Sabha 2024, and Congress believes it will be the fulcrum of the opposition.